Be me, 21. Take the bus and trolley, going to work and back. See this 8 out of 10, always riding the same bus and trolley. Get on after me and get off before I do. Mind my own business for a few weeks. Notice she's always by herself on her phone. I've got me a 3DS recently and I use it on the ride. Transit is about 1.5 hours to work. Playing Fire Emblem after getting on. A few minutes later, 8 out of 10 gets on bus and sits beside me since bus was packed. She notices that I'm playing FE and asks which one I'm playing. Fire Emblem Awakening, I replied, 80% of my focus on the game. Oh, I've always wanted to play that game. I stopped for a bit and looked at her and asked, "And you like this kind of game?" "Oh, it's my favorite. The storyline is superb and the characters are so pretty and cute and the gameplay is fun." "Oh, wow, I haven't met anyone so psyched about this series before." "Yep. First game I had was Sacred Stones and I loved it from that point on. Seth," the character from the game title, "is such a dreamy knight." "Oh, is that so? I think Joshua was the coolest character." "Oh my god! You played it too?" She's getting louder and louder, and some people are looking, but fuck them. I haven't seen anyone this into Fire Emblem. Yup, it's my favorite installment. Bus ride is now ending, and we have to get in the trolley now. "Hey, we do go the same way, right? Why don't we sit together?" I'm like, damn, I just got the game and want to play some more, but whatever, sure. We get on the trolley and she sits by the window and I sit next to her by the aisle. She goes, "Oh, my name is Leanne, by the way. What's yours?" "My name is Anon. Nice to meet you." I go ahead and shake her hand. "Hey, you have some time till you get off, right? I just finished a chapter, so I just saved. I have an extra file slot, and you want to try the game?" "Oh my god, can I?" "Yeah, go for it, and tell me what you think." And so she plays and she loves the story from the get-go. This interaction continues every day, mostly me going to work and her going to school. I don't catch her taking the same bus half the time going back home. Months pass by and we get closer. We talk about different games and whatnot. She mentions also liking some animes, half of them being the ones I also like. The other half I could care less. She starts to invite me to her house, and she lives with her parents. Go to her place and spend my free time on the weekends there. Get tired of my job and decide to do something else. Fuck it. I'm joining the armed forces. Go with the Navy, because I like their camouflage the most. And talk with recruiters, take the practice test for the ASVAB. Flying colors for it. A recruiter asked me when I want to take the real one. Fuck it, and schedule me for the next available day. 2 days later, wake up early to go to MEPS to take the exam. Fuck, I haven't been in school in ages. I'll probably fail this shit. Get 79. That's high, right? Recruiter was like, passing is 45. You're good, man. Go through the process some more and get a rate/job for school and get a ship date for the RTC. Go to Leanne's place the next weekend and tell her about it. She's excited for me. She thinks guys in uniform are so dreamy. Lucky me. Navy has like 7 different uniforms for enlisted personnel. Ship date is a good half year away. We hang out some more and start going on dates. Don't mind taking the bus. It's also fun this way. Parents are also starting to like me, asking about me to stay over if I want. Do so every now and then. Her birthday's coming up, so I decide to work on some overtime and get her a 3DS. Her birthday comes up, and I show up. Just her family and really close friends at their house. Hand her my gift, and she kisses and hugs me. Everyone starts leaving, and she starts opening her gifts. Opens the one I got her first. She thanks me with this beautiful smile I always see on her, and I will always love. Tell her it has her favorite videos downloaded already. Thanks me again. Spend the night at her place, just usual night spent having fun. Months pass, and I'm spending half my free time running and conditioning my body. The other half is spent with her. Ship date comes. It's September. We spend more time together and talk about our future. She sees me off at the hotel we stay at the night before flying to RTC. I give her a kiss and tell her I'll call her before I fly off and after I land, and I'll also call her whenever I can while in RTC. The next day I call her and tell her how so many people of different backgrounds are trying to join. She laughs over the phone. That's how it is, Anon. Times are tough nowadays. And true that. Oh, it's time to go. I'll call you later. Love you, Leanne. Love you too, Anon. I'll wait for it. 5-ish hour flight to Chicago from Cali. Call her once I'm able to. It's still afternoon there. And we talk on the phone. I start tearing up and she notices this. What's wrong, Anon? Just that I won't be able to hear your voice or see you every day now. I'm sad too, but it's only going to be a few months. I tell her how I'm going to write her a letter and call her whenever I can. She says that she's already writing one as we speak. I laugh and I tell her I miss her already. I miss you too, Anon. Stay strong, all right? Will do. I gotta go now. We're starting to line up. Love you, Leanne. Love you too, Anon. She makes that smooch sound over the phone. I hang up and go through the process of going to RTC. I talk to other people, some kids straight out of high school, some adults who think the military is their last hope, and more types of people. Bullshit waiting and time wasted in the airport. Get to RTC some hours later. Blah, blah, blah. You guys get 1 minute to make a phone call starting now. I reach for my phone and start fumbling to call her. She answers in 2 rings. We talked for such a short time, but it felt like an eternity. Life in RTC goes on as usual. I write her letters on how some fucking kids can't fold their clothes or make their beds. How people fall asleep standing up. Receive some letters from her every couple days. Mentions how her classes are going, how her weekends were, etc. I get to call her twice for like 3 minutes each time, with a good 3 weeks apart. On the second phone call, we talk briefly. I tell her how much I miss her, how much I miss everything about her. She also tells me the same. Time's up, our RDCs yell. I tell her I love her so much and I'll see her soon. She tells me the same. 2 weeks before graduation, everything is set. I've got her and her parents invited. The plane tickets are already paid. My uncle, who I stayed with before, is also invited to attend. 1 week before graduation. I stopped receiving my mail altogether while everyone else was. Whatever. She's probably busy with school. Last week of RTC was a blast, since we pretty much just bullshit around. Day of graduation, everyone is looking sharp. I'm psyched, mostly not because I'll be an official sailor, but because I'll get to see Leanne again. Blah, blah, blah. Try to look in the bleachers for her and her family. Can't spot anyone. Liberty call. People rushing everywhere. I finally spot her parents. Leanne, nowhere in sight. Heartbroken. Yet, I'm afraid. Her parents walk to me very slowly, and I do the same. I don't like where this is going. Hi, Anon. How have you been? I'm doing wonderful. Where's Leanne? I don't think this is the best place to say this, but Leanne is not with us anymore, Anon. What do you mean? I asked slowly and almost in a whisper. She was killed 2 weeks ago, Anon. Drunk driver hit her as she was coming home from school. Tears start rolling. We didn't have the heart to tell you over a letter. They're also crying. Spot my uncle a few feet behind Leanne's parents, looking sad too. I start crying. It was the silent cry where I don't utter any sound, but the tears won't stop flowing. Leanne's parents immediately hug me. I'm still motionless and speechless. I stop crying a good half an hour later, and they take me out for the day. We talk, and they hand me a letter that Leanne wrote that they were going to send off, but didn't. I open it and read through it. It's snowing as I open the sealed mail. My hands are cold. I can't even feel my fingers. I finally get it open. I notice her delicate handwriting as usual. She mentions how her classes are becoming more fun. How her Fire Emblem characters are almost all maxed out. How her Rune Factory farm is doing so well. How some new anime started that she can't wait to finish watching. How she can't wait to go around Chicago with me in my uniform. She mentions how guys in uniforms are so dreamy, again. I have a small chuckle at this. She ends the letter with, I miss you, and I love you. I start tearing up again. You ever felt so many emotions that you don't know how to react? That's how I felt. Leanne's parents look at me and tell me how proud they are. How proud that their daughter found someone who cared so much for her and found someone she cared so much about. Feeling angry because I couldn't do anything for her in her time of need. They hug me and tell me that they regret that they'll never be able to call me their son. I talk with them and also my uncle. My uncle is there just in case I need him. I go back to my division's compartment hours later before curfew. Everyone is still hyped from seeing their loved ones. My best friend in our division sees me and notices my change in mood. Asks me what's wrong. I tell him what happened. He's speechless. I cry and raise my voice that I couldn't do anything to help the person I love so much. I tell him that I joined the Navy for us. I joined so that she won't be with a person making close to minimum pay 8 hours a day. Best friend consoles me, tells me that I gave her life meaning. I've told him how I met her, so he knows her background. He tells me how Leanne's daily commute became colorful, as you may say, because of me. He helps me brighten up. They call taps out, time to go to bed. Time to get ready for tomorrow, to go to A school, where we learn our rates and jobs. I lie on my bed, planning my future. Months later, I go home after A school before going to my first command. I just relax. I haven't been the same. A school was fine, since most of them didn't know how I am before Leanne died. Just another gloomy guy who joined the Navy to get out of the basement. I looked for the phone I sent home once I got to RTC. Read through all the texts we sent to each other. I know that was me killing myself, but whatever. The tears won't stop again. I start opening my closet and cabinets. I see a familiar device. The 3DS that brought us together. After months, I finally found myself smiling. Quickly looked for the charger and plugged it in. I turn it on. System update. Fuck that shit. Later. I open the Fire Emblem Awakening game. Slot 3. It's her save file. Didn't start the game. I just closed the 3DS and held it to my chest. I looked back into the sweet memories we had. I made a decision to keep moving forward and to better myself. Not just for me, but for her memory. She thought so highly of me, and I will give it my all to live up to her expectations. I love Leanne with all of my being, and I doubt I will fall in love anytime soon. I still call her parents every now and then, and I also visit them. I visit her graveyard whenever I can.